temos divulgado, e é uma coisa que alguém na internet veja e replique. Mas agora aconteceram algumas coisas importantes que nós queremos discutir. Primeiro, esse clipe foi divulgado pelo próprio USA Basketball.
At first, this moment looked like nothing more than another short clip floating around online. Just a few seconds of basketball action, the kind of thing people scroll past every day. A block, a reaction, a highlight. Normally, it would disappear into the endless stream of sports content within hours. But this one didn't fade. Instead, it kept spreading, and once you looked closer, it became clear why. This wasn't a clip posted by a fan page or a random account looking for likes. This video came directly from USA Basketball. Their official social media team selected it, edited it, and pushed it out to millions of followers. That detail alone changes everything. Big organizations do not post content by accident. Nothing goes up without discussion, approval, and intent. When USA Basketball chooses a specific clip, it is because they want people to see it, react to it, and talk about it. The clip showed Paige Bueckers blocking Caitlin Clark's shot. On its own, that's just basketball. Players get blocked all the time. Even the greatest scorers in history have their shots rejected. But context matters. Timing matters. And history matters most of all. If you have followed women's basketball for any length of time, you already know that USA Basketball does not operate in a neutral space. There has always been an inner circle. Certain programs, certain coaches, and certain players carry more influence than others. This isn't a conspiracy theory. It's an open secret that people inside the sport talk about quietly but rarely challenge publicly. We saw this clearly during the Olympic roster announcement. Caitlin Clark, the most talked about player in the sport, was left off the team. Diana Taurasi, a legend who has done incredible things for the game, was selected instead. At the time, many fans tried to make sense of that choice using basketball logic. Experience, leadership, veteran presence. Those were the explanations given. But then the games were played. Taurasi barely saw the floor in Paris. She spent most of the tournament sitting on the bench, unable to contribute meaningful minutes. The team leaned on younger players when it mattered most. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark had just finished rewriting record books, selling out arenas, and pulling television ratings the WNBA hadn't seen in years. From a pure basketball standpoint, the decision didn't hold up. However, once you understand who controls these rosters, everything becomes much clearer. USA Basketball has been heavily influenced by the Yukon pipeline for over 2 decades. Names like Gino Arima and Sue Bird carry enormous weight. Their opinions shape narratives, recommendations, and final decisions, even when those decisions don't align with current performance. Now fast forward to the present moment. USA Basketball releases a clip that instantly sparks comparison between Paige Bueckers and Caitlin Clark. Paige fits the traditional mold favored by decision makers. She comes from the right program. She has the right relationships. She checks the boxes that matter behind the scenes. This is not speculation. It is observable reality. The reaction online was immediate and predictable. Fans of Paige celebrated. Critics of Caitlin jumped at the opportunity. Social media, being what it is, turned the moment into a battlefield. Insults flew. Narratives hardened. People picked sides. And USA Basketball knew this would happen. They did not post that clip because it showed great defense. They posted it because it would generate engagement, division, and debate. More importantly, it would plant a seed. That seed will grow over time, watered by repetition, commentary, and selective analysis. Soon after the clip spread, media insiders began framing the discussion. Annie Costabile, a respected WNBA reporter, attended Team USA training camp and later discussed Caitlin Clark's performance on a podcast. She acknowledged that Caitlin's shooting remained strong. Her passing was sharp. Her speed was returning. These are all positive observations. But notice how quickly the focus shifted. Andrea Carter, another WNBA insider, also spoke about Caitlin's performance. She highlighted the same strengths, then moved directly to defense. According to Carter, defense is the area that needs improvement in Caitlin's game. On the surface, that seems fair. No player is perfect. Criticism is part of sports. The problem is what was left unsaid. Caitlin Clark played just 13 games after returning from injury last season. 13 games is not enough time to regain full conditioning, rhythm, and confidence. She did not have a proper offseason to work on defensive fundamentals. She spent that time rehabbing, managing pain, and carefully returning to competition. She also did not get a full training camp to rebuild stamina or sharpen footwork. By the time she showed up at the December showcase, she was still shaking off rust. Yet suddenly, her defense became the main talking point. At the same time, Paige Bueckers has dealt with serious injuries throughout her career. An ACL tear, a tibial plateau fracture. These are not minor issues. They can affect lateral movement, balance, and defensive positioning. Yet you rarely hear the same level of scrutiny applied to how those injuries might impact her game. The standards are not applied evenly. What made Carter's comments even more revealing was her choice of words. She didn't say that Caitlin and Paige might play together one day. She said when they play together. That framing tells you everything. The future is already being imagined in a specific way. Decisions are being mentally prepared long before they are officially announced. This is how narrative building works in elite sports. You don't wait until roster decisions are made. You prepare the audience months, sometimes years in advance. You highlight certain clips. You focus on certain weaknesses. You repeat certain talking points until they feel familiar. Then, when the decision comes, people accept it more easily because it feels justified. Look at the comments under the USA Basketball post. They are exactly what you would expect. Claims that Paige locked up Caitlin. Insults calling Caitlin overrated. Fans declaring one player superior based on a single moment. USA Basketball knew that reaction would happen. That reaction was the point. This is not about celebrating women's basketball. It is about controlling the conversation. The UConn influence has always been present. Gino Auriemma praised Paige Bueckers long before she played a single professional game. Sue Bird has been positioned as a guiding figure within USA Basketball for years. Their voices shape which players are elevated and which players face skepticism. Caitlin Clark does not come from that system. She did not play for the right college program. She did not build relationships with the same power brokers early in her career. Because of that, she faces a different standard. Despite this, Caitlin changed the sport. She sold out arenas across the country. She brought casual fans into women's basketball. She generated headlines, highlights, and conversations that extended beyond the usual audience. She carried that momentum into her rookie season and continued to draw attention to the league. And for all of that impact, she was left off the Olympic team. Now we are watching the same pattern repeat. Clips are posted that elevate one player while scrutinizing another. Media coverage highlights specific flaws while ignoring important context. The same decision-makers continue to shape outcomes behind the scenes. The most frustrating part is that Caitlin Clark has no control over any of this. She cannot control what USA Basketball chooses to post. She cannot control how analysts frame their discussions. She cannot control the biases that exist within the system. All she can do is play basketball at the highest level possible and hope that performance eventually outweighs politics. But history suggests that hope may be misplaced. Players who come from outside the preferred pipeline often have to work twice as hard for half the recognition. They are judged more harshly. Their mistakes are magnified. Their successes are questioned. The clip USA Basketball posted was not about defense. It was about narrative. And that narrative will follow Caitlin Clark through the next Olympic cycle, regardless of improvement or production. As we approach the 2026 World Cup, pay attention. Watch which players are featured in promotional content. Watch who gets the benefit of the doubt. Watch how discussions are framed when mistakes happen. Then ask yourself whether these decisions are truly about putting the best team on the floor. Caitlin Clark will continue to improve. She will work on her defense. She will lead her team. She will put up numbers that demand attention. The question is whether that will be enough to overcome a system that has operated the same way for decades. If Paige Bueckers makes the 2026 roster over Caitlin Clark despite Caitlin having stronger professional impact and production, will you accept the explanation that it was simply a basketball decision? Or will you recognize the pattern that has been obvious for years? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Keep watching closely. Because if history is any guide, this story is far from over.